ahwefo mama jo asama kwaba e ya ba fast e remain so e kase bo so e na adwuada July ne bo so ne da to so adwuno so e wa fit 2020 ye tan se de na ensama e koso my Ghana mo e ye de ba be so enu ada Ghana ma pani na do danko akufo ado wakasa na ne kasa mu ne mu nchire de ba be so ye be ko bi ma so ye Spain e ho so nsam de ba be so je ni akufo de ka wona so fo dache masapoma anko bia shiko ko de ba be so ye twa ho abane ba obet nsem chire abusuafo ye to ansem no so de na enu adaga na mpanyin adofeman odila simpie so eye mako dunnan e kasa kire Ghana fo na nkasem no chese e bes na otwem yensani e na kwanya beda ho ma enwani muslimi ni asori ni ekofo bebresem ombetimi akabom e kwa asori enemu na ochese wode eye don hwere baako e ne de mo amuso nei ohwese de nema esi kwode dia e ne watum akoye don hwiri ni yete sema omapenya na dankwa ekufuado e de to Ghana fo enu.
After further extensive consultations, government has taken the decision to embark upon the implementation of Phase 2 of the easing of restrictions in the following sectors of our national life. Our churches and mosques have been open for prayers and services for the past 7 weeks, adhering to 25% occupancy or up to 100 congregants over a time duration of up to 1 hour per service. I extend my deepest appreciation to our religious leaders for their strict adherence to the safety protocols, which have prevented any known outbreaks since they restarted their services. I've sorely missed going to church, as I'm sure many others have. I'm therefore very happy to announce that in consultation with our church leaders, from 1st August 2020, the restrictions on the number of congregants worshipping at a time in church will be lifted, with the length of worship extended from 1 to 2 hours per service. Church leaders who are desirous of implementing this enhanced easing directive must ensure the congregants wear face masks at all times, and the 1 meter social distancing rule is scrupulously applied. These same guidelines apply to worship in our mosques. With greater number of congregants likely to return for worship, I would respectfully ask the religious leaders to pay even greater attention to the fresh air ventilation of their premises, rather than relying on the use of air conditioners.
Enkaneno no obia wa kwenya etimi chia ne yonko etimi ne nadofo na afefo ne yonkofo nyina etimi kabom esre ebam eye bibia nenso se de ne o me wiase ase akoye no sa de nyina no ene efri wa etimi enkosobiem empanifo so ne kase se be bi otonfo bo pampan no ne ebo ehia ne pa etu se sisu dua esa ka biem Ghana fuei Ghana ma munsie face mask yen chef anything and time ya wo yansa sa de ne de Ghana mampani wo so won kono agya wo de biara da baby biara obegina no obebo hu dawu enti eno so asemi.
Even the most hard-headed expert opinion suggested that by the middle of the year, the spread of the virus would be on the wane. We are now at the end of July. The virus is still raging. There's not an effective treatment yet. As time goes on, we, and indeed the world, have come to understand that COVID-19 is not a problem which will go away on its own. Ultimately, salvation will come with an effective and accessible treatment. We hope and pray that this will happen tomorrow, but may very well happen in a couple of months, in a couple of years, or it may take even longer. Until then, we have to learn to adapt to the conditions. It is not normal that we have to wear masks, but now we have to. It is not normal that we cannot shake hands with each other, and it is certainly not normal that we cannot hug our family members and loved ones. But that is our current reality. Until treatment is found, COVID-19 will remain a part of our lives. But life cannot be put on hold indefinitely, and Ghana cannot remain in a never-ending crisis management situation. That is why we've been putting measures in place to restore gradually some normalcy in our social and economic lives as we learn to cope with the reality of the virus. Probably the most significant of these measures has been the gradual opening of the schools to enable final year students at various levels of education finish the school year and take their exams.
When really custom no to us so yen you my driver for and ya cabin for one match then and nipa do a motete so say the Ghana man penya na do dan kwa kufuado was in the driver for so now for nipa 20 and obetimi afa ofa nipa do na obetimi afa o kan no nipa do na ofa nyina and the akwanya aba be de ho obetimi afa na emu no ofa no wa hwe say passenger ni na oba bet na kan ni mu no wadi enma no so wo so ahyankani no wo so adi mra no so na owie no di etwa to sem ye nuanu mu asese mu akakodi sensame obi man so no borders na de o man mu hye no okuramu twe otutum na so o mu amakodi sensame obi man so a mo tempete nkwa no obehwe so de midaba be dufi asomtwe.
In consultation with the Ministers of Transport and Aviation and the leadership of transport operators, government has taken the decision to lift the restrictions in the transport sector and allow for full capacity in our domestic airplanes, taxis, trotros, and buses. The wearing of masks in vehicles and aircrafts and the maintenance of enhanced hygiene protocols remain mandatory. Private burials, still with a maximum of 100 persons, can continue to be performed. Our borders, by air, land, and sea, remain closed until further notice for human traffic. However, given that there are Ghanaian residents stranded abroad, special dispensation will continue to be given for the evacuation of our nationals and residents back to Ghana, where they will be subjected to the mandatory quarantine and safety protocol. In consultation with the Ghana Tourism Authority and the health experts, I'm announcing the reopening of our nation's tourist sites and attractions so they can begin to receive visitors. Open-air drinking spots can now function. The management of these facilities are tasked to enforce enhanced hygiene and social distancing protocols. Beaches, pubs, cinemas, and nightclubs, however, remain closed until further notice. Our female under-20 and under-17 national football teams have been given the clearance to go into their respective training camps to begin preparations towards their FIFA and CAF sanctioned international matches which begin in September. Whilst in training, the playing, technical and management teams must observe strictly all the protocols issued by government, CAF and FIFA against COVID-19. All other team and contact sports and competitive sporting events remain suspended till further notice.
Yeah, transfer no so dia na afista me nje kase bo na ba beto so na bra kofo aginadwa obede ensem na ba beto yes. Some
problem the buff fast in your man so case boso je twu so efisem na enije mu nsem na mo sonfo na abra for but na sisi na mede e ba ba somo wo hye ba bonsa promise and meje wo so amana bro so na ye borro mu de na sisi efisem na etufa akosabana region na ho na ye biara bi tudi ye bonja na abro bia ma me abro kusu wenye mfie hia 90 good years aya so din eye na ekria dente ono na abro we amafo so we be force ka crash ni asinti omo ade brasho mu se mabrim no eye trauma out ne hwe ne nkwana no ma mpanyufo timi ede eye ka bi ato ni so wonna na ugina ho mbo wonna de na sa kan no etimi sense ehwehwem ne sa kan wa ka 2000 ene ye twa to se san na omo be hia
so do ni tirem aw savannah region mu aye gonja maame a na nipa bebre susu sa wo ye beifo na ye fe no madam akua dente a wadi mfie aduokron no maame no ewuye no ni wachi no edom kuma na se emma mo Ghana mam ha omo hwema atentrene ene mra ya adwuma no matumi atabiri asam no de koja aposifo a omo manku Ghana mu a asam no IGP Mr James Opon ha omo ya asam no hwehwemu na bra eye hwehwemu ekoso no mocho sika botri bi ato ho a asam no wo ebetumi ebu abo anase omo hwehemu no kire se omo ya hwehemu no so mu hu se wo a wo ho abra mo bo maame no na wantumi make attempt anase wantumi ento na mo so obetumi age maame no asam no ebubo obi biara omo ko gira embra no na embra ene omodi ebra me no kasa de eya Savannah region no eya maame efe no madam akua denta wani mfie dokro no ni sam no atumi akopie aposifo nsam a omo ye mu hwehemu aposifo se omo ye hwehemu no wa mbra no betumi ebu abo no wo so obetumi ko gira embra nim na embra no adi sika mo twa to ye 2000 Ghana cedis a wa embra no betumi ebu abo no obetumi atwa sa sika no na yasanso atwe so mo sonfo bere maba ya meche Elijah nie
se impinfo ye hwehwemu mapa na nkomo amugina ho nyina no bibiara ne so mo oso mo do mo efam na koso nyam na sampa na won etimedi e wo Savannah region ko na ye de no sini echo na ye ko eye atsoye mountain she western region ho so e na ye galamsefo manse wo ho na asusi se eye operation Vanguard fa bejo on sase aboso ni nyina so mo makwan e mo mu niska entimi nye eduma ho fa niska na we no mo so se sa na e ko na ba na mbo mo mo se dwuma pe no be pa mo mpo mo nja iso mo dwuma
Timine wa boa ye mpemfu ne mu MC ene ne mpemfu ne wa boa hen dem adwuma bekodo ane pe ye wa ha ene police fo abe otutu anti gbangban ye sie ngwa no se ne ye nwie ye ho ye mpemfu ene o me nkwa ene community mine Hunter West afi na afi ensa ka ye de akwata kwa pisi bi ale ne de Hunter West community mine ane pe ha wo de tura be do nye person ne de be mpemfu ina ye ada se ye adwuma nti ye adwuma nye ye gukro no mu hwe wa be wona tuhwe edoma dem adwuma wa point wona wo ye ya doso anti so kere wo ye adwuma na abadwo ne keye ye nya wi ye mbokro no community mining and we
have a place here to do our work. That is why we are here, to do our work and get something to eat peacefully. We are not destroying anybody's property here. That's why we are here. So if government say that the land belongs to you and the people of Ghana doesn't belong to or doesn't concern,
so if it's no senior borum then I say is energy mokasia bo and I de baba sumo nande energy mu nsam no say eye raba ba kwana ma ba kwa Ghana he ba ne sidwema odi mu akotene papa ye any rosemensa ne dia dodo na any no any eye chewa ye twata chewa and the cost bar say chinchin aba for instance so ko dey say ready chinchine chepa na me etime na do wetime apagem obi maiso
sinitwa ni kase pa waje din na edin adodo na de nim se fa na kwata chewa ye Ghana sinitwa ni pa ne sinia ye de be ka no pa ye chewa part 1 part 2 part 3 afa sinia wo do bebre me no kase kwa no guso odi ne djuma se sinitwa ni na ebra chewa esi so no ebeda mframo mu se wonya eya bema bia one ne ebe wore wo Ghana ha bema no omo wore wie no ene beto dwa se bema no eyo obikunu enti chewa atumi fa ho wa atumi eni bema no ejaye a samre chewa di nani eche momono ne a ni sakoto eye owura market so a no mudi omonkoi sabre de chewa atumi eni owura market atumi aye traditional wedding na efe yie papa me no kasei ye de bi som fast TV afefo chewa ewa de na se no ene wa bebre na ekoso na mo hwe mfoni ene abafo ntentan so a ense bebre na ekoso a sabre de chewa me no kasa yi waya wedding chenchencha aya ne ji sam kase pa ariama kuma wudfo ena afi Ghana mamu ye nyina ya te enije chewa de na se na bra mo shakawa no asene sam ekoso no se
wo enije mu nsem nenne MGK ni she medical so e de mpo fa papa nse so what we do ye jame o je se mesika sam amasa friend no yenko tie no mi di embra
from a military Billy Kevin Fianco money
Edina money monko. Aboseng.
Contraband man a Paula got kicks like Hollow Man. Motibo me team me and my mama hit. How much you go pay for feature? Take a seat. Your favorite rapper nada he no go fit. We just the depot. Fucking penthouse. Young boys be active beachy, then first start to wear blouse. Kevin Fianco, real bad guy, enough for see false. Your boss they call me, wanna be my fucking pen pal. Meet my Celeste Akada that me know here, the incra. My body never they dry to the be a minstrel. I know.
Jammy.
Sebejire enije mu nsem so ene nsem nyina esi mo sonfo na abuna kofo sha bambanti am Miss Ann meje oso emana bro so me shinwi menim efide sister Salom Josu ene wo breakfast TV ha me am so so de wako those ma de se won so ko se sama wa ye obasima na me sorry so na ye ohene ba owusu ejiomi eji am kense mu nsem no so abeto ayeso